Alright, this tutorial is about mapping buildings. Right off the bat, I'm seeing that the fog is on, so I just want to always remind people you can turn that off. God, fog. It's probably gonna have to change. It's very distracting. So we're gonna head over to southwest part of town, which is maybe a little less important, at least for the early game. And we're gonna practice on some buildings. Let's start with this guy. Alright, so the wall update broke the old walls, but that's okay. They were only placeholders. So we're just gonna pick one. Pick a ground. I'm gonna make a little blacksmith. You know, maybe not the blacksmith, the best one in the city. Maybe this is just a regular one. And we can change it later. So, I like ominous dark floors for blacksmiths. Let's try this one. Yeah. It's fine for now. Some serious brick. Okay, so we're going across. Let's wall it off like normal. Outer walls work just great most of the time. It's the inner walls that can be tricky. We're going to go ahead and we're always going to wall off the back. The only exception to this is if this top area here, if like any part of this upper wall is on the map above, like if this height intersects a map edge, then you can do whatever you want on the next map because the drawing rules are a little different. But the way sections are now when you're indoors, it's just better to count the whole back wall as part of the section and wall it off. And it might seem like it breaks perspective, but this is going to be covered with ceiling, and the roof. The roof is going to start steeping where my mouse is going here, you know, from the corners upward. And this whole back wall is going to be blocked off, and it's going to be really hard to notice that you feel like you should walk behind it. So it's cool. We're going to put some doors down here, but wait, watch. Oops, it's on the top. I was hoping that the bug would trigger. So sometimes, alright, let's do this. Let's say I place some walls and I upload and I come back and I want to put a door. And I'm even on the correct layer. Oh, maybe I fixed that. Okay, anyway. If it doesn't work for you, if you're clicking and clicking and it's not working, you just go like that. Click on, click off, click on, click off, and you can place whatever you need. Hang on a second. Okay, so then I'm going to go back up a level. I'm going to place some windows here. You know, nothing fancy. I don't know. They're all off proportion, but you know, that's easy to fix. So, now we have our skeleton. We can put some doors here. Standard door time is 1,000. Alright, let's upload and see how we're looking. So there's a little bit of a window bug up when you put windows on the top layer. It's hard to notice, I believe, when you've got roof tiles. So it's not a high priority. You don't even know it's there. Alright, it does show up, unfortunately, in these. So I'm going to look into that. Don't worry too much about it. You could also just not put windows on the very tippy top. Anyway, once I'm inside, I usually hide that. Hide that. You know, maybe even hide that once I add my one side room that I'm going to have. You know, maybe on this side. Give it a happy little door. And just like the bank vault, maybe I'm not ready to work on this yet. We're rushing through buildings right now. So if I'm going to put a staircase here to imply upstairs, and we don't want to map it today, this is a great way to look at things right now. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to lock this with the standard unopenable key number 255. So that's sort of like only gods are going to have that key, skeleton key. It'll open all the things that, like, players are never going to have a key to open it, and you know that. You use 255. And I'll throw a staircase up here. Boom, it's that easy now. Except that's the wrong place to put a staircase, because if I enter the staircase here, staircase is here, it's going to warp me up here on the next map, so I can't do that. I have to be a little more conscientious of my staircases now. There's a little cheat I came up with for that, though. If you use one of these, so it takes a little bit of finagling to get all that to work right. And if I put my staircase here, and then when I go on the next map, it'll probably look okay. We'll try it out. Otherwise, we'll move it. Anyway, that's enough for that. We have a locked off area. We know that there's an upstairs, but we can't really do anything about it. I'm noticing that this floor does not work with this wall, so we're gonna go ahead and change that. No big deal. Okay, things to watch out for. I already did this area correctly, so I have a nice, clean, crisp edge of brick against grass. You don't have to worry about it against the other brick, obviously. But, you know, it's usually going to look something like this. All are apart. So we're going to turn shift mode on and replace all the edge grass and tell it to chill the fuck out. Alright, now, doodads. We want to make sure we're putting magic stuff in the mid layer. Unless we have like a specific reason not to. The exceptions are chairs and stuff. You don't want those in the mid layer if you're going to be under them. Necessarily, if they're not going to be walled off. But most other things go in the mid layer. So we're going to control click a barrel. I click and drag while holding control. Oh, I noticed shift mode's on. Let's turn that off. We do not want to use that ever in the mid layer. It's almost always a bad idea. I'm going to hold Alt, boom, boom, boom. Reclick, I don't want water. Change you, yep. Alright. This blacksmith has barrels. He has one water barrel. Let's put his anvil near it. That's good. So, just verify every now and then that our walls are behaving the way we expect them to. Cool. Mid layer is cool like that. Makes all these barrels not taking up so much space. And you know, every now and then even the NPC might be seen to like wander in there, and that's cool. It's like the blacksmith's checking his inventory or something. I don't know. Anyway. What else? Maybe we can make a furnace. Let's put some dark work under there. Oh, that's not working. Do it this way, maybe? That's good enough for now, you know, just an example. We could put a particle effect in there. If we put it in BG3 and I put this oops. You see I put this here in mid. So my particle effect in BG3 will be very happy there. So what is it, like 2 makes a good size one. We should get this up to at least like, we want a roaring fire. Let's make this fast. Than usual, anyway. Let's see how that looks. And we're going to want to get this wall off of here because, well, remember to hit no style. Always remember to turn off the door if you're wondering why your walls aren't fucking working. That's why we're going to wall it off that way. That way we have room for a light. You know, if you want to bathe the room but not like be overwhelming, 180 to 220 is a really great range. Flickering is always amazing. This is a blacksmith. We want cool shadows. Definitely don't do X-ray. I don't know. If we come up with behaviors later for a blacksmith, for our NPCs to like go to bed and shit, then this will matter. But pretty much we're just gonna leave it all day, all night. Let's throw it. These are pixel values in size, by the way. So like 4 tiles. Right now I'm throwing it, the light from this fire. That sound about right? Like this subsection will be illuminated roughly. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Oh wait, nope, not yet. Let's give it a little color. Oh, it's a little itty bitty flame. Alright, we could fix that. Remember, I could alt click on attributes to get all the good stuff. Sometimes when it might not seem to be working. You just go and change layers back to it, or you might have to click off ATTs and back onto them. Anyway, let's scale you up to 5. See how that looks. Nah, too fast, too furious. Still too furious. And I want to move it down. Let's line it up real nice. 2 down. This is alright. This flame effect is maybe a little too tall for our oven in order to use all of its width. So we'd probably want, maybe we could use 2 next to each other, or just make a better particle effect. But you know what? I want to be a fancy bitch. We're not done. We're gonna put smoke. I'm gonna see how that looks right here. I'm gonna have to adjust it. So right off the bat, look, it's going behind a wall. We gotta fix that. Let's try the mid layer. Seems good. So now we have a blacksmith. Yeah, remember that? See, we can still see the top because I didn't put a ceiling on yet. And I can go ahead and do something really fancy and put that above everything. This is even above the ceiling, and that would work. Unfortunately, it's not going to show me that. I'll find a way for us to get particle effects onto chimneys. Maybe I'll even make a chimney attribute or something. So, now what else do we need? You know, just more mid-layered doodadery. You know, remember to control-click stuff, turn shift mode off, and it's walled. You know, easy peasy. The chairs are the only thing we're gonna throw into I don't know, this is a waiting area for customers or some dumb shit. This is the stuff we probably want a lot of. Merchandise. Space balls, the weapon. Space balls, the horseshoe. The blacksmith has got it all. Alright. That's a horrible arrangement. We could fix that at some point. You get the idea. Let's throw some chess. You know, it's a fantasy game. You need some chess. Alright, so this scene at least looks like maybe a blacksmith works here. I don't know. Needs a lot of work. I feel like it needs more detail, more stuff on the ground. Definitely needs the NPC wandering around. But you get the idea. You know, we made a basic building. It wasn't too bad if you just follow the rules of the walls and you're not trying to do anything too crazy. We can fix some issues with the auto waller ourselves. I believe this is the one we're using right here. So we can grab this top piece by itself. Throw it on as a foreground tile. That might even work here. Probably not. Yeah, see, it's not transparent. So, if we want to add, you know, instead of showing detail just for this tutorial, I'm going to skip ahead to processing lights and shit. So let's cast some shadows right off the bat. If we know we're never going to let the player go in here, it's super safe to go ahead and just do this. Actually, no. No, we can do this in a safe way. We can do it across the top. Pick up your mouse every now and then when you're on a streak, and you know, it'll be all right. Oops. As long as we wall these off, because your light source, you don't want it to get below this line. It'll be wrong. Alright, so we left this as a creek, so that's a little weird to me. I can fix that with maybe the light's bleeding through that. That's kind of convincing. It also helps that the smoke is blocking it a little. But now we have we have a dynamic room. We can put some torches over here, add more walls, shadow walls to all these things, and you know, watch it dance around. Alright, so that's enough for this tutorial. There will be more, but now you should have enough to make all your basic buildings, or at least the foundations for them, and we can worry about stairs and foundations in another chapter. Until next time.